I'm Dan Galusha and welcome to another edition of Shoot and Blink. Today we're back again on the 50-yard range that is on Cedar Oaks. No, not to prove that a gun can do it, but a couple of other things. We've got the Gamo Swarm Fusion Generation 2 back with us, and that has already proven that it can shoot at 50 yards by using the RWS Hobby pellets, Norma Target pellets, and in fact the Norma Target pellets did very well in this thing, and also the Excite Hammer. I believe I used that one in this. Anyway, this time we're going to be trying a different pellet. This is another RWS product, and it's called Superdome. Right there. They got a rounded end. In fact, you can see, take a look, good look at the picture on it. That shows you what the pellet looks like. It's got kind of a rounded top to it, right there in the front. And we're going to be shooting it from 50 yards, but not at a regular AR-500 target like we did before. Nope, we're going to do something different that will hopefully sound off just a little bit louder for air guns. And these, by the way, are targets that you will only want to use air guns on. So let's shoot, and I'll tell you more about them afterwards, and we'll see how this works. And I'll get you zoomed in up there so you can actually see the target. You can see it, it's a big old rectangle. Kind of takes the place of my B27, and we're going to aim this right down the middle like I did before, because this gun will shoot down the middle. You don't have to shoot high in order to hit that target. All you got to do is aim in the middle. And we got it. It does have a good, well, clang to it, I guess you'd say. It don't what I call ring. We'll shoot 10 rounds at it. I wish I could see where they're hitting. I imagine you can. Like I said, that's at 50 yards. In fact, a little past that because I'm standing back here a ways. I actually had to hook that up by using the base of another one because the holes are a little bit wrong, and I got to re-drill those just slightly. That's what I'm going to be showing you. Got a couple of more rounds there. Yeah, it's hit it every time. Should. It's been doing real good. Yep. That's the last one. So, now I'm going to tell you what we're shooting at. Well, it's kind of nice to have something up there that you can hear just a little bit better. Especially with like pellets and, well, don't shoot BBs at it. Do not shoot BBs at anything like that. They really ricochet. And these will flatten out a little bit on these. Because I'm going to tell you, I'm going to set this gun down. We don't need it now. And like I said, we're not talking about it anyway. Although it did do one heck of a job. And I really like that Gamo Swarm, by the way. I like both of them, but this one has even got the pistol grip on it. Makes it excellent. Now, you've probably already seen what it was because of the way I picked it up. This is a smaller one. And the edges are much thinner. The ones up there are a little thicker. You got it. They're road signs. You could tell that. In fact, this one was a speed limit sign, 15 miles per hour. And no, absolutely not, were these taken down and stolen. These are discarded. This one's damaged. It's got problems. It's cracked. It's old. It's time to be replaced. Well, what happens to those? They get discarded. And if you can find the place where they're discarding them, no, don't take them out of the recycling bins if they're putting them in there. But the funny thing is I guess these aren't recycled because of the paint or something or other on it. It's just done differently. But they got an aluminum base to them, and you take the backside and you paint them like that, like I did. And that's what I did with that. That is a bigger one. That one I think is like a 25-mile-per-hour speed limit sign. And it's very damaged on the front. And that's what happens. And sometimes they'll be all bent. Well, then what you do is you take them and you straighten them out. Well, how do you get them? Well, sometimes, believe it or not, they'll be in piles for sale. And, you know, if you even have to pay $10 or even $20 for one that size, think of the difference in an AR-500. You buy an AR-500 that size, and, you know, you're looking at probably easily around anywhere, depending on if it's on sale, $50, $60, $70 even in some cases. Just depends on what company you're looking at. And also on the thickness. But your AR-500s, most of those are, you know, you're looking at 1/4 inch, because I use a lot of 1/4 inch on up. There is 1/8, but you don't find that too much. There's also a 3/16, but and the 3/8. Usually the 1/4, the 3/8, and the 3/8 is probably the most popular ball because it covers a good range. Then you have the 1/2 inch. There is a 5/8. Those are for the much heavy calibers. You don't need that for an air gun. You need something that will really ring out good, or clang in this case, where you can hear it, especially when you're shooting from distances like this. And again, do not take an active sign down. Look for the ones that, you know, contact your townships, county places, and anywhere where they're having to replace these, and ask them, what do you do with the old signs? Are they available? You know, how much are they? Don't say, give them to me. So ask them how much it would cost to buy some. Because, you know, that's what you should do, offer to pay for them. And if they say, hey, we got a bunch of them, just take what you want, great. And if they're bent up, try to straighten them out. But try to find the straightest ones that you can, because you don't want to, I should mention that, you don't want to straighten them so that there's a bend in there, or you could get a real weird ricochet, and that you don't want. But again, these, and they're not just speed limit signs. There's other signs too, like keep off the grass, and just a lot of things like that. That those signs are being discarded, and a lot of people don't know it, and that's just what I got. I got into a pile of discarded signs, ones that were thrown in a scrap heap to get rid of. So, and that's what you do. You know, and something like this, and if you got some otherwise, there are people that also have pieces like this that are scrap from where they're working on something. They don't want it. They're just going to chuck it. Well, talk about recycling. Maybe they're going to recycle them. You do the same thing. After you get done shooting these up, and I'll tell you, it's going to take you a long time with an air gun, because I don't think that hardly made a dent in there, and I'm going to go up and take a look and see what happened to it. You were watching it, but I don't think it did much to it, because I've fired at this sort of stuff before, and it doesn't do a thing. It just stops that pellet. And at 50 yards, it definitely is just stopping the pellet. It's just giving it a good ring. So until next time, shoot safe and have a great day of blanking.